I think I have questions, and I believe you know my questions. Or should I say I have objection? You see, using that 1999 constitution as what do you call it? As your right to challenge the criminals and what they have forced on you, is pretty much like saying that you have no right to challenge them if you read it very well. We have told you to trash that trashy book. It is the beginning and the end of Nigeria. Trash it and ask Nigerians if the indigenous people of Nigeria, ask them if they really want to be part of Nigeria and under what arrangement. I support everything he said. He said. The presenter actually asked him at a point, that but they've given your brother appointment now. Shitty man has given your brother appointment. He said, listen to me. Listen, I'm not my brother. Okay, if they like, they can go and give all the Datti Baba Ahmed family. They can give all of them appointments. It won't change anything. Because I will never stop calling Tinubu the drug dealer. And I have certificate forger. And I will not stop calling on Nigerians to take back their country when they are ready. Until then, well, it's over to you. Listen to that part. A quick one.
Opponents such as yourself, his brother, does that rub you up the wrong way, given all the things you've just said about that government? Your own brother is now working for them?
Charles, I am after the government. I'm not after appointment. I am after the president and the vice president who were fraudulently elected, unconstitutionally elected. I cannot come down to speak about any appointment. He is by far my senior brother, so there's no way to say he's an adult or he has his own rights or his own life to live. Our politics are completely detached. And in fact, it is his boss I know, not him. And his boss, since you brought this question, he is not exactly a responsible gentleman. With all the things they've been doing, now you brought up this issue, I didn't want to talk about it. You see, they attempted something on my safety, on my security, and I was able to find out 10 minutes to time. And God so kind, I was able to avoid. They tried to get me into one of those yellow houses down the road, get people to come and arrest me there, and use that to rig the judgment. I became so inquisitive, and I dodged within 10 minutes, only for me to come and find out, based on strong suspicion, where it came from. And with what I see, then the strangulations in Lagos in the past, yes, they happened, and they were for a reason. The people gunned down in Borno State, it happened, and yes, it was for a reason. I think Peter Obi and myself have been lucky to have stood today to give that press conference. So the least, taking my senior brother to give him an appointment, is the least of my worries. I am not worried about any appointment.
Right. Well, let me bring in another.
If he likes, he can go and take the entire Baba Ahmeds and give them ministers. I don't mind.
Well, let me try.
I will still.
You'll still stand by the things you say.
It is an unconstitutionally
which is
Supreme
impressive that you stand firmly by your beliefs.
Yes.
But you were called fascist by the Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka because you and Peter Obi claimed you had won the election. He used those words. He accused you of trying to force a lie on the Nigerian people. How much did that broadside affect you, coming from someone with such a stature as Wole Soyinka?
Please, I respect him too much, and I have more important issues to discuss. Let's go to another question.
Right, so you don't want to talk about it.
I don't talk about
okay.
Soyinka. Well, come back to Shetima. And I'll talk about Shetima.
Well, let me talk about something.
A very irresponsible gentleman.
Let me talk about something that is imminent.
Be he the vice president or whatever that he is, I'm telling you that he has conducted himself in so many ways in these 6 months that demean the office of vice president. And I'm not happy about it, especially the way he's been treating our elder, Atiku Abubakar. For God's sake, Atiku Abubakar is getting to 80. He is by no measure of imagination Shetima's mate. How can Shetima come out and say that the Kanuris crack jokes with Fulanis, therefore he's going to retire him to Dubai or Morocco? And these are very personal issues. What kind of an irresponsible statement is that to make?
Well, I am not privy to having said that. For him
I
having
am,
said
and
that.
it is true.
And obviously, the vice president's
office. So what I'm saying is that leave Shoyinka out.
Yeah.
Bring who matters to me like Shetima. Bring Alhaji Tinubu. Look, even Tinubu, I have much respect for Tinubu. You heard Shawari criticizing me for me calling Tinubu uncle. I call him uncle. Where I said, you saw the picture that I went to greet him in the mosque, and they said that I went to plead. No, it's just respect. But the fact that I respect his age doesn't mean that I will not call him a drug dealer.
Yeah, well,
or a certificate forger.
Well, I don't think you should call him those things.
I will.
Unless you have
I will. That is why I said do not
evidence.
swear him in.
Yeah,
the evidence is there.
Yeah, but can I just make the point that on Arise News, they have a right to reply to the things that you said.
One of them will come tomorrow.
And we're giving them that.
One of them will come tomorrow. Let them come
and say that. We're giving them that right.
Let them come and say that he didn't forfeit $460,000.
Well,
let them come and say that the
I want to tackle you. I want to bring up issues, and I don't mean to interrupt you. My apologies, okay. But I want to deal with issues because we've got about 5 minutes.
70 years old man. Is that you? Jesus is Lord. Is that you?
Datti Baba Abed. And I'm going to pick his words again. Because to me, I am somebody who always speak people's words, process them, and understand them very well. It's not just all the buzzword, everything there. No, there are others. Now here, he was talking about Shetima, and he was also talking about a minister who hired DSS to arrest him, pressuring DSS. Now, this is Datti Baba Ahmed, who is from the northern block of power brokers of Nigeria. He comes from the region of the owners of Nigeria. He has that privilege, no doubt. You know me say, they no go rubbish am. But for a Yoruba man to rubbish a northerner, it is not that simple, especially when they believe that for them to access power or for them to keep power, they must indeed go and prostrate for them in northern Nigeria. But again, we shall know that he has that privilege. Peter Obi doesn't. Even though Peter Obi is more popular than Datti Baba Ahmed, Datti Baba Ahmed has more privilege in the Nigeria hierarchy than Peter Obi. Obi is Igbo. Datti Baba Ahmed is Fulani. From his own father or grandfather came from Mauritania, Abina Mauritius, Mauritania. The Fulanis that came to Nigeria. So he is a descendant of the Fulanis that came to Nigeria. So the Fulanis who have managed to learn the art of cutting power for decades. He enjoys that privilege, no doubt. Sure you get. So he's able to know that they are pressurizing DSS to take him. Then he was also talking about a yellow house down the road where they planned to also kidnap him. And he said, Shetima was behind it. That Shetima decided to go and pick his brother after attempting to kill him. But he didn't say it that way. But if you pick that his words, you will remember. So he asked a pastor, when they asked him about Wole Soyinka, Confessor Soyinka Gbajue. He said, let's talk about something more important. I don't want to talk about him. Out of respect, I respect him. So, bring me Alhaji Tinubu and Shitty Man. These are those I want to talk about, please. And he said, Shitty Man has been behaving so badly in the last 6 months, disrespecting Atiku and all that. Then he said something that Shitty Man said he was only joking. It's a Kanuri Fulani joke. And listen to that joke. Kanuris are indigenous people to Nigeria. Shitty Man is a Kanuri man. I know a lot of you who have sort of ascribed Fulani to him. Shitty Man is not a Fulani. He is a Kanuri from Borno. Now, Atifku is Fulani. So, the joke that Datti Baba Ahmed took offense in from Shitty Man is a joke of, we will send you to Morocco. We will send you to Mauritania. Which means, when we are ready. But what Shitty Man said was, they will retire Atifku to Dubai, or they will send him to Morocco or Cameroon, and they will buy him cows and goats for Atiku to be rearing goats as Fulani. A Kanuri man making that joke, and a Fulani man took offense, like, how dare he? So within themselves, they do joke that, you know what I mean? Except for their Fulani elite, so sure you understand. And man, it is a long story. So we'll come back from there. So, and he said, listen, there is nothing that they give to the people around me or what have you, or every effort to try to shut me down or up, that will make me stop calling Tinubu drug dealer. And Charles was trying to say, but you know, you can't call him that without evidence. How dare you, Charles? Why would you say that? Nigeria media, I understand the fact that Tinubu's government is coming after you. Of course. I don't know how long you are going to be on air, Arise Television, Arise News, right? But we can see the fear in all of you. And this is not really on you. It should be on them, the bullish state capture criminals, Tinubu. So it's now over to you, ladies and gentlemen. Because you know what the PDP said? They said, with this Datti, and Peter Obi's press conference, Tinubu's government, they get problem for handle. And we are talking about those who are going to go after you on everything. Every day, every minute, every hour, they are not moving on. And with the Datti Baba Ahmed like that, if he continues to talk, it's just going to be a matter of time. Now, PDP, they talk that one, they'll say, obedient. Tinubu should just get ready for a traumatic, restless, painful, sleepless 4 years, as he's going to subject the rest of you. He himself no go get peace, because with this now, it can't be like they don't light all of the gas now. You can't gaslight them anymore. They are coming for you. That's what PDP said. PDP is holding on. Okay, that, you know what? Let's hold off. And I kind of would agree, because there are those who have genuinely continued to, even like after all that happened, they continued to expose this Tinubu's propaganda. Like, you can't say you rig election, you do all of that with propaganda. You cannot run a country with propaganda, even if you rig yourself in by propaganda. If you read the description of this broadcast, there is a part there that I actually mentioned the issue of Naira dollar. And I was like, I actually thought the 1 billion, I'd be $1.5 billion that they took from the Afrexim Bank a week ago, that they decided to start giving $20 million to some selected banks. So as then, then they activated their propaganda machines. The propaganda machines that says Tinubu has pumped $6.8 billion to clear the backlog, forex backlog. A lot of you read about it. Some of you were pointing there. You, this my egun. Are you not happy that the dollar is going down? Are you not happy? At least let us breathe now. I say, it won't tell me. You want Naira and dollar. I mean, you want dollar to go down so bad so that your business can be going fine. I want that for you too. But you cannot use voodoo economy to give Naira some imaginary Viagra. So Naira can't they pump. When the Viagra expired, oh yeah, Naira, how far? It don't they disappoint again. Then you want to think it is because I don't wish you well. I do wish you well. If your currency is ruined, it is to nobody's advantage, not even me. I've said this many times. You cannot fix a problem by using propaganda, not even economic problem. You can't. You have to make some substantial investment in your economy, and then you will wait. And when I mean wait is that when you invest substantial, you have to do that consistently. All of this wasteful spending, they are never going to make your Naira great or strong. Prayers and prayer points will make it strong. I was so clear. I was even so clear where they are getting the money from. And I said, what will happen if they finish the money? You thought I didn't wish you well. You thought I'm happy that your currency is losing so much value. Inflation is killing businesses, jobs, and people are falling into. Do you think I'm actually happy? I am calling your attention to why you are not listening. A lot of you are not listening. You are not. You are more interested in my tone and every other projection you might have. I am telling you why you are going through hell in Nigeria right now. To stop it, it simply means they have to stop the stealing. They have to stop the propaganda. They have to make real life investment in education, in healthcare, in infrastructure, especially electricity, in manufacturing. There's no magic, and you cannot do that overnight. You can't do that a week. You can't do that 6 months. In fact, if they started 6 months ago, genuinely investing in your economy, all of the troubled part of your economy, those places where people are about to lose their jobs, if they keep pumping the money into them, right, with new regulations to ease businesses, it will take you over 2 years. Consistent investment in Monso. It's not one time. It's not all this wururu to the answer. I'm talking about investing over 80% of your money, your budget, in Nigeria. Consistently for straight 5 years. Nigeria no get money. They are still borrowing money. They are printing money. And they are sharing it. And you are thinking, borrowing $1 billion somewhere to put in some banks and tell people to go there. Money is in the banks now. Go there. They will change it for you for 900 Naira to $1. Go there. They will change it for 800. And you think that is not voodoo economy. I said, when that money finish, what is going to happen to Naira? I didn't know that it's going to happen so fast. In a space of 4 days, Naira gained about 300 naira to a dollar. From 1,280 naira to a dollar. It fell sharply in 4 days to 980 naira to a dollar. And as you know, APC, Egbekegbe, the same way they destroyed Nigeria economy, Nigeria currency, everything. They took Nigeria naira from 145 naira to a dollar. They took it to 1,280 naira to a dollar. And they started celebrating when these guys borrowed money. This is not even like money they made, or they borrowed it with interest. Propaganda, they added propaganda to it. Now they have shared the money. I think it's empty now. Suddenly, from 950 naira to a dollar, it has now jumped to over 1,125 naira to a dollar. So all the prayer warriors, they will need to go back to the mountains and pray that Tinubu and his gang, they will find another 1 billion, be 2 billion. Now 3 billion they ask. They asked for 3 billion 3 months ago. Okay? And the agreement was that once they give them the dollars, this Afrexim Bank, they will bring their business partners to Nigeria and they will take crude oil worth of that dollars they are giving to your government. Robbing Peter to pay Paul. Robbing Janet to pay Jane. I'll be robbing Jane to pay Janet. Some are saying that, Baba, forget it. They are robbing Peter. They are robbing Paul. They are robbing Jane. They are robbing Janet. They don't pay anybody back. Go out there and check. They know they have not been making the economic policies in the last 6 months. Let us be happy for once. I want you to be happy. But you cannot be happy when you are being fed with propaganda and you are not interested in looking at the details. So when you now turn around, they will say, they have started ordering the dollars again. All these wicked people we don't want Nigeria to go to be great. Who are those people? Tinubu and his gang. They borrowed money in your name with interest. They put them in their banks. They called their friends. The money is there. Go and take it now. So all of a sudden, they all have access to the dollars. Within a week, they don't finish them. So what will you be praying for now? If you don't want the dollar to go to 1,200, 1,003, 1,004, 1,500 before December, your prayer now, as you are all prayer warriors, is to pray that they will borrow them another money so that you can wake up tomorrow and they can tell you, Naira has gained again. Today, it is now 1,050 naira to a dollar, and you'll be celebrating. It is called voodoo economy. It never reflects in the real economy. It doesn't. So ask yourself, why are these not reflecting in your economy? Why are the market prices are not going down? At least they are mostly what? Depending on this dollar or no dollar. People where they be fish seller for Abeokuta, they don't enter streets. Look at them.
We want our president to find solution for this thing that is happening for our fish sellers. We are fish sellers, and we want our president to find the solution. The Chinese is now 77,000.
People are not buying again.
The people that are buying it is few.
Okay, they are few.
Yes.
So you are not making sales.
Yes. That is what they are fighting for.
Oh my God,
Tisebo, Atisete, àti ń parọ́ tipẹ́ àtisẹ́tẹ́ tìtó òdìmú òdodo òsìmọ́ àtisẹ́tẹ́ kágbádé fáláre àtisẹ́tẹ́ kágbẹ̀bí fáláre àtisẹ́tẹ́ adájọ́ ń parọ́ torí owó àtisẹ́tẹ́ òtìlú ń parọ́ nítorí ipò àtisẹ́tẹ́ adisite udogbowomi nte adisite adisite ijangaru.
What shall I say unto the Lord? Yes, Lord. All I have to say, thank you, Lord. What shall I say? Thank you, Lord.
Is thank you, Lord. I am not mocking you. I will use you when you're Nigerian, when you finally, when you can no longer hold it anymore, when you can no longer pretend anymore, you will either grab your phone and you will speak your truth into that phone. That video of your frustration, it will get to me. And I will use your video to remind all of others who believed that religion, ethnic, tribe are more important to them than good governance, real infrastructure, no corruption, a real functional country that actually values their lives and gives to them a good standard of living, right? I will use you as an example because look at me. People will talk, say, when they sing on your mandate, they shall stand. On your mandate, they shall stand. On his mandate, Bola, on his mandate, Bola, on his mandate, they shall stand. Baba, they know they stand anymore. They don't they trek. Those who are older among them, the Yoruba Lokan. I told you, I remember that very well on this platform. I said, you are not smart if you decided that you are participating in Nigeria charade and tribe, ethnic, religion are more important to you. You are not smart if you are from southern Nigeria. You are as dumb as a doorbell. I said, you know they learn. Look at Buhari. Buhari rode on the back of the terrorism in northern Nigeria. You know what they said in it? They said if a northerner was president of Nigeria, he will never open his eyes and allow terrorists to kill northerners. I remember that very well. If you ever decided to mobilize or vote against Buhari in northern Nigeria in 2015, it was almost like a blasphemy. You could be killed. In fact, people were killed for going against Buhari. He was presented as all the northerners wanted. The jihadists want him. They wanted him. The religious fundamentalists, they wanted him. They said he is a Muslim, okay? He is a Boko Haram sympathizer himself. He has pushed their agenda many times and stood up to fight for them. It was a Buhari who said, Nigeria military killing the Boko Haram is violating their fundamental human rights. What was the difference between Boko Haram and Niger Delta militants? This Buhari was the one who said that, right? So Buhari became president of Nigeria. Northern Nigeria became poorer. More northerners were slaughtered. 25 northerners from Katsina State, they were killed today by the Fulani terrorists. 25 indigenous people in Katsina. That is where Buhari comes from. They kidnapped, under Buhari, they kidnapped the village head of Buhari. And I said, when you thought, because he's a Muslim, at least, is going to do the right thing because your religion said he's a Muslim. Or because he's a northerner, he's not going to look away and let people steal the money that belongs to the people. He's not going to look away and allow terrorists to be taking northerners into bondage. Have you forgotten me? They kidnapped Chibok girls. And the whole world was going to collapse on, the world collapsed on Goodluck Egberejo Lantern anyway. Because of Chibok. Organized terrorism by this APC. Now they came to power. And they started normalizing mass kidnappings. School children were massively kidnapped. A whole village were massively kidnapped. Northerners, terrorism became industrialized. They were now telling Northerners and the rest of Nigeria to get used to it. Learn how to live with your killers was what Buhari said. The Northern Nigeria that thought all they needed was a Northerner. All they needed was a Muslim. All they needed was somebody who was not corrupt. They choose a jobless, corrupt, illiterate mannequin. Megadi. 8 years after, there are more burial grounds, graveyards in northern Nigeria than schools, hospitals, or roads, all combined. There are more northerners in captivity today in the hands of terrorists, operating in Nigeria, more Nigerians than ever, more northerners. More northerners are living as refugees in the worst place you can even think of. There are Nigerians who are, there are over 500,000 Nigerians who are refugees in Niger Republic. There are over 100,000 Nigerians, northerners who are refugees in Cameroon. There are over there are over 200,000 Nigerians who are refugees in Chad. They were running away from terrorists in Nigeria. 8 years of Buhari, it didn't save their lives. I said, they are shouting Emilokon, Emilokon. Do you really think because you are a Yoruba man, Emilokon, Emilokon is about you? If you are not dull or dumb or slow. If they say Yoruba Lokon, do you think they are talking about Yoruba Yoruba Soni? They are talking about themselves. And now a lot of you are beginning to see it now. Yoruba Lokon, Yoruba Lokon. Now you realize that, you see, Tinubu and his family and his clan, and those who are ready to help them enslave you. I want to call. I'll go back to that Abeokuta again. They voted for Tinubu. They are now having to protest because they can no longer. They are fish sellers. People can no longer afford to buy fish. People can no longer afford to buy fish. To the point that now fish seller, they protest because they have no patronage anymore in the country of Kolu. Those who talk say they won't drink my tears. This is where that you cannot afford money for fish. Sure, you can afford money for garisha? Gari? Because if you are going to drink gari or soak gari with my tears, you must be able to have money to afford or be able to afford gari. As for Eja, inyeti kurombe, and it is just the beginning. So early for all of this now.
We want our president to find solution for this thing that is happening for our fish sellers. We are fish sellers, and we want our president to find the solution. The Chinese is now 77,000.
People are not buying again.
The people that are buying it is few.
Okay, they are few.
Yes.
So you are not making sales.
Yes. That is what we are fighting for.
Oh, madam.
Olórí burúkú ni wọ́n aládẹ̀wò ẹ kórí burúkú ẹ bá Nàìjíríà jẹ ráìsì wọn ráìsì di 1 kg foreign rice tí a tún wá ń jẹ yìí kò sí òun lè ń jẹun òun dájú táwọn ń jẹ lọ kò ní yẹ yan ó parí. ó dàbẹ̀ kórìí.
So that's part of it too. If you are watching me from Ogun State, one Bangboshewiri came yesterday that I should be ashamed of myself for showing you the roads and then, the serenity of Glasgow. Now, you see that Olori Buruku Bangboshe, if you are watching me, I hope you don't have a child, and I actually hope you do have a child in Taswed. Taye Solarin University of Education, Ijagun, Ogun State. They themselves have now joined the League of Other Institutions in Nigeria that have increased their tuition. I mean, inflation is everywhere. There is no funding from the state government anymore. Dubious Dapo, the man that is spending over 1.8 billion naira on security votes alone in Ogun State every month. Dubious Dapo cannot fund education. APC, Egbekegbe will want you and your children to remain subpar or low par so that you can continue to serve them. I mean, look at those who even manage to get the education anyway. Are they not subpar and low par right now in Nigeria with the economic hardship that they have been exposed to? Anyway, from 65,000 naira tuition, students in Ijagun, they will pay as much as 240,000 naira tuition. Here is when you begin to now tell yourselves that Yoruba to lo to sopo kan, ko se Yoruba tie o. When they say Yoruba lo kan, they are not talking about the schools of your children. They are not talking about the healthcare of your aged and your children, even your own healthcare. They are not talking about the infrastructures that will improve your lives. They are talking about their own turn to loot Nigeria. And looting Nigeria will continue to have its own adverse effects on everyone that is in that contraption called Nigeria, including you as a Yoruba man or woman. Wojumidada, everybody, Loma Koleti. Now, this is where you begin to understand and continue. They told you about a student loan, remember? Mayegun is enemy of progress. Who told you it was a lie? Well. Start with this. Supplementary budgets, like Obi said, should have been a special budget put together to quickly fix or confront a challenge, economic challenge, that is one, unexpected, and two, was not prepared for or planned for or sort of a budgeted for in your budget. Then you can quickly just put all of those things together, seek for monetary budget, supplementary budget as they call it, Abi, and face them. Baba, they took 2.1 trillion naira, and they gave 0 naira to healthcare. They took 2.1 trillion naira, and they gave 5.5 billion naira for student loan in a country that, if truly student loan is for all Nigerians, Abi, even that 2 trillion naira, no go cover them. But they managed to dip a big hole inside that money before they could finally give you 10.5 billion naira. Now, I pray that with all this increment everywhere, all of una, where the thing end, shock, and you don't even know how to deal with it yet, I advise you to begin to look for website of education bank, and I pray, because I know what this means. So majority of you are going to leave school. You are going to forget us. That's it for you, unfortunately. But to some of you, before you give up, I am praying as well. I'm praying for you that if Numbu that 10.5 billion, they go put them inside the bank, and it is going to be that 10.5 billion go, they will share for you. And it is not 10.5 billion to actually set up the bank. And then they will wait for money to give to you as student loan. Because I have been thinking, people are going through a lot in Nigeria right now. Paying their bills, school fees of their children, house rent, In fact, commuting to work to go and earn something has become a hard thing right now in Nigeria. I mean, and nobody is spared. Whether you are APC or PDP or Labour or BD, it doesn't matter. Everyone is affected. Everyone. And so many people are trying to adjust. You know, Nigerians, they're adjusting. How you they cope? Now it's everything. Baba, you know, we are thanking God. We are managing. Are you sure? We are managing. But anything where you get to, if you, I mean, Baba, I cannot lie to you. If I see any help from you, I will take it. My own friends that will never ask me for money. The friends where I have for Nigeria, where friends with me and they take do big boy for UK. I'm talking about friends that for the past 12 years, I have no bank account in Nigeria and I have no intention of having one. Now, these my friends, I go just say, hello, Benga. Sorry, help me send 100,000 to this account. I know even they ask, say, you still get 100,000? Because I know what they are doing with their life. You know, these are guys who are managing in Nigeria. Majority of them are now, I mean, I talk about this all the time. So, they, you know, we know ourselves. I'm like, I understand, Baba. I'll let you know if I have anything to, you know, I'll see what I can do too. That is how bad it is in Nigeria. So I have this as my own experience. So, and knowing these guys, and knowing what they are capable of doing, I don't think that 10.5 billion is actually money they want to share to all of you that are going to go back to school or can never go back to school anymore now. I don't know. The money may just be to build office, to buy shares, and to pay those ones who are going to be their staff they are going to hire. Last, they will tell you they are waiting for allocation. Millions of you are going to face the first may Nigeria not happen to you challenge, the real one. After all you have put in acquiring education, it will be talk by your senior. It will be talk by your senior. See where they then take enter you. You are in 300 level, 400 level. After all the sacrifices, now, for some people, and I hope you see, I mean, you actually get help. And to those of you, the Yoruba Ronukus, I hope that this student loan, it is not to open shop. It is actually to give it to you. I know it's not going to be enough. Maybe they will give you. So, for the people in Southwest, they said that since the government is no longer giving them any funding, you may read it in the budget. 16 billion for education. Shishi no they go inside education per se. Other than for them to quickly mount block, paint them, and they'll say and take pictures and say the governor has renovated over 1,000 schools in the last 4 years, as if to say that 1,000 block of classrooms are in the entire place. Abi? So the university management, they said, they are now putting all of that burden on their students. Since the economy done the hard, and from the money is what they pay their salary. They pay the salary of their workers. Can you even believe that? So from that 240,000 naira, some people are paying 195,000 though. Some their own school fees in the Jagu now has jumped from maybe 35,000 to maybe 160,000 though. So people are paying between 160,000 to 240,000 for courses and the degree that you are actually not go get job. It's not that all this money you want to spend and they're asking from you. The moment you leave the school, you're going to get a job, a better life, and you can put all of this behind you. Now, I'm not wishing it on you. I have seen it in it. And if you don't think it can happen to you, I agree. I believe you. But you know those ones where they do bus drivers, Okada riders, graduates that are doing keke marua, that are now saying, I regret. I mean, I wish I have been doing this instead of wasting my time going to school. They also believe that it's not going to happen. They believe that once they get that degree, if I enter, they know they call them labor market anymore. You know, say Nigeria is a religious place, Abi. Their pastors and others, they told them, don't call it labor market. If you call it labor market, you are going to be laboring. I want you to say favor market, favor market. I remember, I don't know what they do now. When I was growing up, they told us to be praying for favor markets after graduation, not labor market. It was a thing then. Now favor market. I'm about to enter favor market. Which one be favor market? I'm a child of God. I'm about to enter favor market. You enter labor market to look for a job? No, we don't call it labor. We call it favor. Last, those who get the favor, they got job. Those who enter the favor market with them, some of them 10, 15 years after. Baba? Now the same story. I'm not mocking you. I'm just saying that look around you. Look at their intentional reason why they want to ensure that you don't get that education. They don't want educated country. And you are in that country where the person who is your president is a certificate forger. So, an interest in education. Do you think he gives a damn about your education? Do you think so? Anyway, I'll leave it at that. Remember this face. Her name is Adejoke Orelope Adefulire. She is the former deputy governor of Lagos State. She is Fashola's deputy. A lot of you should remember her now. Fashola and Adefulire. She was Fashola's deputy at the time. Then afterward, when the change people came in, she got appointed to do what, those is they call Millennium Development Goal. SDGs, what do they call this one? Structural Development Goals. She was appointed special advisor to Buhari. Now, 2 weeks to the end of Buhari's tenure, you know what happened? Orelope Adefulire, what a man can do, a woman can do better. She transferred, look at this, she transferred 147 million naira, 467 naira to a restaurateur's account, bank account. And this restaurateur, all right, she's Ezekwesili, something Ezekwesili. Now, the money was for construction of some blocks of classrooms at Ajeromi, a fellow doing something primary school or so in Olodiame Apapa. So the money for that structure was 147.1 million. So when they transferred the money, it went straight into the bank account. Oh, I actually had the picture earlier. I'm going to go get it. So the money was transferred into the bank account of a restaurant in Abuja to build the structures. Now, 6 months after, it was discovered that there was no structure built. Not just that, the person they gave the money to actually denied that she is aware of such money. Are you with me? So the name of the hotel, let me see if I have that again here. Just give me 1 second though. I think I've seen it. So it is I'm gonna it's called Enseno Global Venture. You got that? It's an hotel in Abuja. It's a restaurant, rather, in Abuja. So the journalist who was asking that question, FIJ, they discovered that there was no structure built in that place that it was awarded to be built. They reached out to the restaurant, like, you collected money, you don't build anything. They said, no, we are not aware, and they stopped responding. Then later, somebody responded and said, listen, I'll give you the contact of the contractor. We heard that you have been asking questions about that school, right? So they now contacted the contractor. Okay? Now listen, you were supposed to build so and so, but we can't see that in that place. What happened? And he said, no, there is no space. It's because there's no space in that school, so we decided to take the project to another place. Oh, okay. You took it to another place, and where is that? It's Papa 2. Where is the place, Can you send us the picture? Have you done the project? Yeah, we have done it. Guess what happened? They sent this picture to that journalist. And you know something? This picture was taken early last year, 2022. Sometimes around the March 2022. 1 year, 2 months before the money for the project and the contract was signed and approved, and the money was released. This was May 2023. The contract was signed and the money was approved and paid. But they sent a picture from 2022. And they said that was it. Can you take us to the location where you have it? Sorry, I'm so busy right now. I can't take you there. But I can arrange. We can go there some other time. But that's what happened. 147.1 million naira. And that is what Nigeria is. What a man can do, a woman can do even far better. Apologies to the women in the house, but it's true. Right? So on this, I was supposed to take you again to, I think I've actually covered most of what I wanted to cover tonight. So I'm just going to leave you with this. It's that moment. I had that clip for a while, so I saw it online yesterday again. And I was like, oh, I remember this. When they said they were changing your Nigerian Naira, and the politicians were trying to spend the money. And they were like gifting the money out here and there, donating money here and there. So one time at a sort of, what was that again? It was like a wake keep for a comrade that died, Ario, at the time. And that was last year? Yeah, it was last year, end of last year, I think, right? Or beginning of this year. Dinomelaye. And then Omoyele Shore, they met there. And Dino was the Father Christmas. Shore was the one that is a shooter that never miss. That video kind of live rent-free in my head. And I want to share that with you tonight. And I'm going to take calls. Now you can bring out your phones and dial the number on your screen. WhatsApp call or direct, whatever it is. I will be picking it up from this end. And you can participate in this conversation too tonight. Share your views. Right? Show them.
Will be greater than their father by the grace of the Almighty God. I spoke to my other brothers, Tosi and Deji, and they told me there's a plan for a foundation, education foundation for the children. I'm so impressed about that. And I'm making a pledge that I'll give an annual donation of 500,000 for that foundation. And I brought the first part of it, 500,000. God bless you.
Good evening, everyone. You can already see the effect of the central bank redesignation. Only politicians are carrying cash over. But that's political season. I'm not.
To